So, um, what are
Mm-hmm.
your thoughts on staying true to who you are? You are in an organization or an environment that doesn't support that.
Yeah, that's complicated. See where to start with that. So one of the things that I'm thinking about, in particular in the line of work I'm in, which comes from having had the experiences of being in organizations where they don't necessarily create belonging. It's hard. It's hard. And what I'd say is, if we think about the experience of working while Black, um, we can think about how we may end up in situations or in organizations where we're one of a few, right? Token. Um, that's what I experienced here in Charleston. Not so much in Atlanta, just because it's Atlanta. So even if I was working for a company where there aren't a lot of Black folks, we're everywhere. Um, but what I want to say is that, as a Black person working in a company where belonging hasn't been created, there's a particular type of vulnerability we experience, of course. Um, and that vulnerability feels like being hyper visible, and being invisible, both. That's how I experienced being here in Charleston. Um, the company I worked for was in no way, shape, or form anti-racist. Um, and I would even suggest that they were happily monocultural, despite the fact that they hired some people of color. So I think that when one is beginning to feel unsupported by your work environment, you have to think about how you want to proceed. Do you want to get out the box, or do you want to try and change the place from within?
Mm.
I've tried both. I think it's really it's exhausting work to try and change the place, um, because it's structured. It's structured to be a particular kind of way. And this is working for Black organizations and organizations that aren't.